mean, it's just the thing I struggle with, Gerry, is that yes, I see a lane where AI, is just smooths the path for us and doesn't require us to engage in real hard learning, the kind of, difficult mental things that we have to do that actually strengthens those mental muscles, right? And it allows those muscles to atrophy. And then I
Right.
see a lane where if you use it the right way, it does strengthen those muscles, right? It is a tool to cause you to intellectually wrestle with things and make your brain smarter. The problem is the first use case is just so easy to do. And it's easier than the second use case, and it's so easy for a student to just use AI as a plagiarism machine rather than do the hard work of using it as the thing that strengthens our muscles. And for the education system, how do we create a situation where the students are using it in the second way when the first way is just right there for them?
I think we have to do what we kind of have always had to do in teaching. I mean, you teach. I don't know if it's half, but I'd say half of what we do is convincing the student that what we're teaching is worth them learning and showing them
Yeah.
where it's going to do them well. And to me, just at this level, as far as in the classroom, one of the most hard things, or one of the hardest things for students to do, is find out who they are, to find their voice. And that happens, from early ages, but in college, you really start to come up with a subjective point of view and a voice. And it's not easy to come up with that voice. In fact, that voice and that point of view is the only thing we know AI won't be able to do anytime soon. So if you're giving that over, if you're letting it become that voice, you really have no point of view, or you diminish it so much that, how are you even going to have a conversation in the line at McDonald's about somebody asked
Yeah.
you about something without, having your meta glasses on, or, having something. Everybody's coming out with the hardware now, right? Where you can ask it. And in a world where people are just sitting there reciting AI back and forth to each other, that that could be not a great result. One thing that, you've probably heard this, but somebody writes an email, right? They write you an email. They've written you a bunch of emails, and then all of a sudden, emails get way better, and they get way longer. So this person really just wanted to tell you yes, right? So they put yes into ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, and then it gives them this great long email, and then they send it. And then what most people are doing on the other end is they're looking at this. They're like, look at this long email. So they're putting the email back into AI, saying, what does this mean? And so at the end, it's saying yes. So a lot of that, if you show that to students as well, it's like, look, you're doing more to get less if you use it in this way. So we just have to convince them of that.